morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, September 26th, 2025. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Here's a look at the ES in the daily time frame. Super narrow range heading into the RTH Open right now. Just 39% of ADR, 21 points of range. This is following an inverted check mark week down. Started up Monday, double top, and a pullback on Tuesday, inverted check mark days down the rest of the week so far, and now a super narrow range inside yesterday's late day range. And this really is a pattern here that could lead to a highly bearish push up ahead, especially if 6650 is taken out. Again, we got pre-market data points coming out, PCE price index, core PCE price index, major econ data points the Fed watches here. So that could be a major catalyst here heading into the RTH Open. Again, a failure at 6650, and we're opening up some downside here that could lead us back into 6600, perhaps even lower. Any pullback could still be a selling opportunity right now in the very short term. Keep in mind, this pullback is still very much in line with some of the pullbacks we've had before, and many of these have just turned right back around to the upside. So if you are short, again, continue to be cautious of the potential squeeze here. But the current downward trajectory here could play out in a big way if 6650 is taken out. Likewise here, if we look at the NQ, very similar price action here as well. Also 39% of ADR. 39% of ADR, super narrow doji-like day right here. And the similar level here. It's about the 550, 560 zone down here. We break down through 24,550, and you're going to open up some downside in a big way. It's going to push well beyond the previous session's mid and open up the lower half of yesterday's range into 24.4 and perhaps beyond it. Do we get back into 24.2 up ahead for a big test at this CLVN? Big time levels here. Again, the trend remains highly bullish from a kind of a medium term, longer term push, obviously. In the very micro short term trend, down at the moment. And again, through 550, really opens up some downside in the short term here up ahead. Now, in order for this thing to really rally here, you got to recover the 24,700 level and then open up prices beyond the previous session's high. All right, let's look at crude oil right now. Crude here down marginally, basically break even at the moment. This one's been on the squeeze to the upside, and this squeeze again looks very similar to the previous squeezes we've had, only this one again new highs. And so they're getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger on each rotation. Are we about to see another deep pullback, or do we finally get a push into and beyond 66? Again, this rally could be very short-term oriented, and we're coming into a bearish seasonal window that begins basically October 7th. Second week, beginning the second week of October can tend to be the high point, and then you're looking for weakness into early to mid-December. So any rally here could be a welcomed rally ahead of a potential sell opportunity heading into that next seasonal window. Looking at gold futures, this one's up 0.25% right now. Still trending up, still highly bullish. It's pulled back a little bit here, but this pullback might be the fuel that opens up the next bullish push. Think this day and this series of days after this little 3-day pullback. Similar here, do we get a big push to the upside through 3,800, really around 37.95s or so, but 3,800 will really open up the squeeze for a directional bullish breakout. Is it ready to do so today, or do we need another day or so? But again, any pullback could still be a buying opportunity as this market remains in a highly directional markup phase at the moment. Looking at the YM right here has been bullish overall, but gave us our first strong high. That was a very, very strong high. Initially, it wasn't a major rejection that would suggest the whole trend is done, but it was a decent strong high to suggest that the near-term high was in, at least for the next 1 to 5 days. We've seen a little bit of a pullback here inside day at the moment, 49% of ADR as this market trades at the center of the previous day's range. Given the short-term downtrend, bears want to defend into morning strength for an inverted check mark move down, even as high as the previous session's high. That could be an opportunity for bears to defend from a very short-term perspective. Again, like the ES and the NQ though, major selling pressure occurs through 46.2 and the lows of the day. So right now, core PCE price index coming out, PCE price index, those measures coming out in line with expectations, in line with forecasts right now, and you're seeing a little bit of a pop at the moment to the upside. Again, is this going to be a buy the dip opportunity within the current trend, or are we still in a short-term rotation downward? So the overnight compressions will continue to be very important. If we fail through these lows, big time weakness ahead, and any pullback right now, gotta watch to see how the market responds into morning strength given the current downward trajectory in the very short-term time frame. All right, let's take a look here at Bitcoin. Bitcoin right now showing compression here at the lows, a massive drop in the previous session, a big time drop here, especially late in the day. That fall off came in at least half the day's range at noon on a big sell-off. You can see very similar to how it played out before over here into those lows. This market right now has been limping along a little bit, but at the same time has held its value pretty well for a while. But if you look back to this time last year, I mean, we really haven't gone much of anywhere from last year's finishing highs. That was the high that was rejected back down. We came back to those highs. We pushed through those highs. We rejected and came back. And we're right there right now. It's basically 109, 110,000. And that's the level we've been talking about here. If we fail at 110, it can start to open up a broader pullback here into 190 up ahead at the very least. Maybe even more. So 110 continues to be the big level here to watch in Bitcoin, and continue to watch ETH here. ETH has given us some signs of mini flash crashes over the last several days, including Monday. Again, on Thursday, you can see the markdown that has taken place. We're now well through these pivot lows here, and this is our first full trading day trading below 4,000 since early August. Early August here was the last time we've traded a full trading day below 4,000. So this is going to be important. Does it find acceptance below 4,000, or do we squeeze back above 4,000? At the moment, the way that these flash crashes have hit, I suggested Monday that this could be the beginning of a series of these that take us down. Not only into 4,000 and just below it, but maybe into 3,000 or below that. So again, in a bearish push right now, morning pullbacks could be sold. 4,000 continues to be the short-term level to watch today. Given the downward trend here, any trap above 4,000 could be an opportunity for bears to defend and rotate lower. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well. Happy Friday. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.